Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief keeps you informed about what's happening in Annapolis, Anne Arundel County, and Maryland. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and, of course, local weather. Your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, July 27th, 2023. This is John Frase, and this is your Eye on Annapolis daily news brief presented by Annapolis Subaru and the SPCA of Anne Arundel County. Hold on. It's about to get real steamy for a few days, I hear. Here is a quick update on our newest free offering, the Daily News Recap email. It is free, and every night you're going to get the top local news stories sent right to your email inbox at 7 p.m. It's perfect if you just want a brief recap of the local news that you may have missed. I'm going to drop a link right here in the show notes, and you just scroll down a little bit and click on it and sign on up. All right, we do have a little bit of news, so we probably ought to get into it, shall we? We're going to have more information on this story a little bit later, but last night at about 6:30 p.m., a child was struck by a bus at the corner of Madison Street and Bay Ridge Avenue. This is at the Eastport Shopping Center. The child was flown by helicopter to a shock trauma center for treatment. We do not have any more information yet on the child's condition, the circumstances of the crash, or if it was a school, city, or private bus. You want to look to eyeonannapolis.net a little bit later for more information. As I briefly mentioned, and I am sure George will expound upon, we are in for some hot weather in the next couple days, and they are calling it a heat dome, just to make it sound a little bit more scary than it probably really is. The county and the city have opened up the cooling centers. In the city, it is the Pitt Moyer Rec Center. In the county, it is the police stations. The West Street Library and the Annapolis Senior Center will also be open in that sort of 9 to 5 window as well. Advice, keep inside if you can. Stay hydrated. Watch out for your senior neighbors and pets. And for some reason also, when the heat index hits 100, the city halts pump-out service for the boats. So they say it's due to hazardous conditions, so just be aware of that. Speaking of the city of Annapolis, they have a task force looking at elections. They want to know what changes you might like to see, and they have a survey out there. We do have a link at eyeonannapolis.net. I do encourage you to take it and let your voice be heard. Some things that they are looking at is allowing unaffiliated voters to vote in the primary, allowing 16-year-olds to vote, how you prefer to vote, in person, by mail. They're going to talk about term limits for the alderpersons, and Election Day voter registration, so you can register to vote and vote on the same day. But the big question they're going to be looking at is, do we want to continue to hold the city elections on off years, or do we want to run them with the county and state or the federal cycles? Running with another cycle is going to save a lot of money for sure, but if we align with the federal election cycle, the mayor and alderperson's terms would be shortened by a year, and if we align with the county and state, they would be extended by a year. Anyone care to guess what the mayor-appointed and council-approved task force might recommend? Where is that wink-wink emoji when I need it? Former Governor Martin O'Malley has been tapped by President Biden to head up the Social Security Administration. The president said that O'Malley's experience with data and technology make him an ideal pick. And of course, the Social Security system, along with the administration, is a hot mess right now, so O'Malley will have a big job ahead of him. Don't forget the tickets for the 18th annual Boatyard Beach Bash at the Annapolis Maritime Museum and Park are dwindling. The date is September 9th, and go get your tickets now at amaritime.org. And remember, tonight at the museum, it is Tides and Tunes. Technically, it's a free community concert, but drop a 10 spot or so to help out. It goes to their education programs, and tonight you can enjoy the awesome music of the John Frase Project. Here's a stupid poll I can get behind. BetMaryland.com somehow rated the nerdiest states, and we, like Avis Car Rental, we're number 2, so we need to try harder. On the nerd score, we scored a 107.5 on the official nerd index. And Alaska beat us out. They had a score of 143. The least nerdiest state? Hawaii, with a nerd index of 7. All right, that's all I have news-wise. Podcast stuff up this weekend on the Local Business Spotlight. We're speaking with John Corin from Bike AAA. And we did drop a bonus pod yesterday with Matt Korbelak, a looper. Fantastic story, and you do need to listen to it to learn what a looper really is. Also, we do have a bunch of bonus pods coming up, so you want to stay tuned for those as well. And that is a wrap. As always, thank you for being you, and a thank you to our sponsors for the Daily News Brief. Annapolis Subaru, the SPCA of Anne Arundel County, Solar Energy Services, Alpha Engineering, and Hospice of the Chesapeake. So now you just need to hang tight because we have George Young from DCMDVA Weather with the only locally forecast weather report you're going to find. And of course, Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace is here with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes. All that coming right up, so hang tight.
The benefits of a good night's sleep are well documented. Sleeping well prevents weight gain, improves concentration and creativity, and boosts the immune system. So, what keeps you up at night? If you run a business, then the security of your computer network may be one of those things. Threats like ransomware and phishing are becoming increasingly sophisticated and pose a real risk to any business. Don't let these cyber threats keep you up at night. At Alpha, they've been helping their customers sleep better for over 30 years by monitoring in real time and hardening network defenses. And for those irritating IT issues that arise every day, Alpha's just a phone call away, helping your business run smoothly and helping you sleep better, knowing Alpha is on guard. Give Alpha a call to see if they can ease your worries and help you get the rest you deserve. Find them at alphagetsit.com.
When you live near Annapolis, you know how fickle the weather can be. So you need a truly local forecast that's accurate and reliable. Forecast right here in Annapolis. DCMDVA Weather is not just for today, but for the rest of the week and the weekend too. Now here's George Young of DCMDVA Weather with the weather outlook for today and beyond.
Hey everyone, this is George with DCMDVA Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, July 27th. Not too hot out yesterday across the Annapolis region despite tons of sunshine, but it will be ridiculously hot and humid today through Saturday, and we'll now have to watch for some showers and storms as well each day. Look for highs today in the 95 to 100 degree range across all of Anne Arundel County, and expect high humidity levels to push heat index values into the 100 to 110 degree range as well. And with all of that heat and humidity, we'll now need to keep an eye on the skies in the PM hours as storms could develop and some of them could turn severe. From there, conditions will be virtually the same both Friday and Saturday before a frontal boundary moves through late Saturday into early Sunday, dropping temps back into the 80s for highs on Sunday, with temps likely staying in the mid-80s to maybe low 90s Monday through Wednesday of next week. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DCMDVA Weather. Make it a great day out there today. Stay healthy and be safe. And be sure to follow DCMDVA Weather on Facebook and Twitter for regular updates each day, along with the website at dcmdvaweather.info, so you can always stay weather informed.
Advanced illness decisions aren't always easy. Hospice of the Chesapeake, your hometown hospice, wants you to know you do have a choice over who provides care, what type of care, and when and where your loved one receives that care. Learn more at hospicechesapeake.org.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker Minutes, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. At Wolf on the Wharf in Edgewater, their summer camps continue. All next week is their Wolf Kids Camp, Week 4, with kayaking, paddling, fishing, learning basic dog obedience skills, as well as arts and crafts. And Knits and Pieces off of Bestgate Road, Saturday, their intermediate sweater knitting class starts, the first of 3 sessions, and registration is open for their second session of Knitting Backwards, as well as their second session of Christmas in July, making a whimsical chunky yarn stocking. And they also have another Unraveling Ravelry class coming up. At Blended Essentials in Severna Park, their kids' summer camps are in full swing. Camps include making candles, soaps, bath bombs, lotions, and more, and each camp has a different theme. Next week's theme is circus. At Whole Foods in Annapolis, their Half Pint Kids Club is back. On Tuesday, they're doing Pigs in a Blanket. At Local by Design, it's time for their monthly Annapolis Artisans Market, where you can go by their shop off of Chickman Round Road and meet some of their artists and pick up some great gifts. At Art Farm in Annapolis, tonight, their Intuitive Painting for Adults starts a 4-week run. Sunday, they have their Vibe, Flow, and Chill Yoga at the Farragut Farmers Market by the Navy Stadium. And all next week, check out their Kids Art Camp for ages 8 through 12 at the Anne Arundel County Public Library System this week. Today, Edgewater is hosting Crafty Seniors. Deal has Lego Build and Create Challenge. Odenton is doing Fun with Paper Clay. And Linthicum has a Build and Play with Lego as well. Tomorrow, Discoveries the Library at the Mall has a pre-K art party. On Saturday, Crofton has Ask a Master Gardener, and Bush Annapolis is doing a LEGO Star Wars celebration, with a few episodes of the LEGO Star Wars TV show, along with actually building with LEGO. On Monday, Crofton has their Crofton Houseplant Club. Tuesday, Deal has an art night with a Spider-Man theme. And on Wednesday, Edgewater is doing Skeins and Stitches. And over at the Pongas Learning Lab and Coder Kids Club in Crofton, their summer camps continue as well. Next week has 3 camps, one for Minecraft builders, one for robotics, and one for escape room design. And there's one more week of kids camps coming up after that, with camps for YouTube stars, young scientists, and gamers. If you have any questions about the Annapolis Makerspace, the Maker Minutes, or any of these events, feel free to contact me at trevor@makeannapolis.org. And you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website, also at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Hello, energy consumers. This is Rick Peters, president of Solar Energy Services. Have you been looking for ways to save money recently? Maybe you should consider solar energy for your home. Or are you waiting for the technology to get cheaper? If so, how long are you going to wait? Today's solar costs less than 20% of what it cost 10 years ago. But while solar prices have declined every year, so have the financial incentives. Bottom line, if you wait for cheaper solar, you're also waiting for lower incentives. Take my home, for example. My solar system was installed in 2010, and it's been paid off for almost 5 years, and I no longer have to buy any electricity for another 15 to 20 years. If I waited for cheaper solar, I'd still be paying an electric bill. At Solar Energy Services, we have thousands of satisfied customers who are sure glad they didn't wait. So what are you waiting for? Sunshine's a wasted. Call us today for a free solar design at 410-923-6090 or on the web at solarsaves.net.
Sunshine, sunshine, nothing else can make me feel so fine.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues, this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis and Anne Arundel County. And don't forget about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. And make sure you follow us on Facebook at All Annapolis and on Twitter at Eye on Annapolis. This Daily News Brief podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 6 a.m.